So I see you're doing a lot of work with the kickoff returns and punt returns. Kind of just how are you approaching that aspect of the game?
Just knowing, I have a season under my belt with it, the confidence I bring from one season to another, I'm just trying to carry over.
Tell them where the bad ladies be at. Hello.
But let me stop playing. But just being confident, you just got to possess the ball. You being back there, you got to trust that you're going to get the ball back for your team. Being confident, being electric. Once the ball gets into my hands, being a playmaker. And, that's just what I do. That's what I've, built my mantra on growing up playing football, and being back there, punting, kick return, it just allows me to, feel the game out, get warm, be confident throughout the game, and, keep the blood flowing for me, so.
Was there anything specific at Fresno State that you felt helped increase your confidence in the kickoff and punt return game?
I'll say just learning behind very, very veteran guys before me. There's transfer portal guys always coming in and out. I had to sit my turn about 2 years. But seeing guys that's done it before and being able to just learn from them, be coachable, understand where I got to get to, footwork, reading the ball of the spin, reading the punter, and just finding holes and creases and hitting it. At the end of the day, you just got to be confident with the ball in your hands, know what you can do, and I know what I can do. I've already took one back, and, it's just building on that, just trying to be a guy back there.
Who were some of those guys that helped you out at Fresno State?
Eric Brooks, Jalen Gill, Nico Remigio, Jalen Cropper as well. So a couple guys, early in my freshman year that, I could just look up to, and they had 2+ years under their belt. So just allowing me to just grow from them. So
how are you trying to use your experience to help out guys who are now in the position that you were at Fresno State, like Corey Butler, who's learning that skill set?
With Corey, it's just trying to get him to understand just where you got to get to at some points in time, and understanding where, holes and creases you're going to get. Not everything's going to hit in the same hole. Not every hole is going to be open. So you just got to find it and feel comfortable. Whatever you do, you got to do it fast, because, another 11 guys running at you to tackle you. It's limited blockers, and you just got to make a fast decision. But me just trying to be, a veteran guy, already taking some kicks back. I'm just trying to, allow him to get himself, be confident, and just with the ball in his hands.
And just how happy have you been this spring with returning? Are you happy with how you've done?
Yeah, I'm for sure happy. I'm confident. Just playing ball, really. Just trying to get it down with a new team, and just have the team feel me, and me feeling the team as well, and just feeling it where I can. At the same time, I'm just trying to mold myself to a team that's already, built themselves up from last year. So, just trying to implement yourself there with the coaches, with guys that, they just now seeing me for a spring. It's going to take some time, but, it's going to get there.
What's it been like learning under Coach Raggle?
It's good. It's the energy's always there, in the special teams. And it's just something that, you just want to have as a guy back there. It's big plays made happen if you're on that special teams, regardless. Punt return, punt, kickoff return, something big is going to happen. And you just waiting for it to crack. So, when it does, it's a relief, and, it takes stress off of the offense or even the defense at times. So.
With that stuff in note about kickoffs and being a returner, Kenny's talked a lot about how important these night practices are to that, being able to kind of catch balls into the lights. You get the blindness maybe at times. How'd you enjoy being able to be out here at practice today, focusing a lot on special teams in that part of the game?
I would say I'm kind of used to it, seeing punts, just trying to make it to where I'm just still being detailed and, not letting myself get unfocused, and be focused where on my footwork, catching the ball, to even once I got the ball, making the right steps, making the right cuts, and not losing footing, just being where I'm supposed to be at the right time. The lights, though, it happens, but, you just got to train yourself to imagine they're not there and just catch that ball. So that's what you're back there for.
For you, having the time to now kind of get really dug into the playbook, be an integral part of the receiving core in the spring, what has been the thing you've seen the most growth in for yourself? And then with that in mindset, also with the receiving group as a whole, and how you guys been all able to grow as a unit?
I'll say for sure, first couple of practices, wasn't my best, but, it was a new thing coming here. And, once I was able to get my footing and, learn the playbook, meet with Coach Ward, and get with receivers and see shoot, how I can run better on these certain routes and certain things like that, getting the right place, getting the right time. With Sam, it was just starting to click. You know, it's just, I'm a football player, so you know I can adjust very quickly. It's just coming out here to just be detailed, go home, you know, do the same thing over again, go over the plays, just remind myself like where I got to get to at times, where I got to be, and it just can't get boring. You know, at the same time, I'm still trying to grasp myself into learning the whole thing as fast as possible. So just got to keep pushing and keep grinding here and when I'm at home. So.
Obviously, Jordan was the main receiver that was on the team last year, and obviously him returning being that guy most likely again for you guys this year. Have you guys been able to talk, not just you and Jordan, but as a whole with a lot of the receivers about how you guys can make each other better? Were you guys on the field together and how you guys can help each other out or be in positions to maybe expand each other's game?
It's just, I feel like as a receiver group, like, we're still young. It's a lot of young guys in here. We just gotta come together as one and to know what the goal is at the end of the day. Like each camp's got to be a goal. This spring ball, I feel like I set a goal for myself to try to, you know the stuff and perform, play and play fast and things of that nature. I feel like as this group right now, we're just still picking things up. We're still trying to pick things up and move them in the right direction. And we're getting there, but we got to continue doing it consistently. And once it's consistent, and I feel like as a group, you know, we'll be clicking on all cylinders. Just trying to get there right now. It's just going, and we just got to get it to keep going in the right direction too.